Hey everybody, me and Dean back at you with another video. Today we're going back to our Cheap and Cheerful series. I had some people tell me they really enjoyed that series and enjoyed finding some value wines. Not everyone likes to spend a ton of money on a bottle of wine, I get that. So I've once again picked up 3 bottles that I think might be good. I don't know them. And I think they won't be that tough to find. Obviously, it doesn't do you much good if I recommend a whole bunch of wines you can't find, right? So I have 1 white and 2 reds here. Those are the prices, so I can remember what they are. So you know the rules. If you've been here before, under $30 including taxes. And I'm not supposed to have ever tasted them before. I might be cheating with this one. This Cab Sauv. Montes Alpha is a very common line. You see it everywhere. I know I've had the Syrah several times and enjoyed the Syrah. I don't recall ever having the Cab Sauv. I've never bought it. It's not in my list of wines that I've reviewed as far as I can tell. So I'm going to assume that maybe I've probably tasted it at a tasting somewhere, but I don't remember it. So we'll see. For now, we're going to start with a little Chardonnay here. Latour Chardonnay for under 30 bucks, right? So this is 2018 Chardonnay from the Ardèche region. It's actually they call it a French department. It's in the southern Rhone, on the west bank of the Rhone River. It is an IGP. It's not an AOC. AOC being the highest classification of French wines. This is an IGP, so it's the second tier down. It's in the same area as a couple of very famous French wines, Saint-Joseph and Scornal. It's in the same place, but this is actually it's like the dry foothills of a river that's brushed, so it's not quite as good a growing area. Why it's in like the Ardèche Valley, so that's why this is not quite not that expensive and an IGP as opposed to the AOC. And that's why you can get a Latour wine for $19.29 pre-tax. I think it was $22 tax in. I bought all these at a private liquor store called Angry Otter. It's a chain. You may have those in your area, but if not, I'm sure they won't be tough to find. So yeah, 2018 Ardesh Chardonnay. Let's start here and see how this one is, shall we? I opened this one up because we're going to drink it today, assuming that it's drinkable. Hoping that it is here. Louis Latour, Louis Jadot, a couple of the ones you see very often in every liquor store. They have many different regions, all the way up to the high-end Burgundies that cost you hundreds of dollars a bottle. And I've always been a fan of Latour Chardonnay, but I've never tried this one before. I don't usually try the really low-end ones from France, especially. But this is going to be an interesting try. Let's find out what this is like. I really have no expectations of this at all. My expectation for a $20 Chardonnay from France is not going to be that good. Let's see. Hopefully I'm wrong though, right? Let's find out. Fruity. Definitely some oak. I wonder how oaked it is. I didn't look up into the details. So I kind of wanted to go in fresh. But there's a QR code on the back. I could actually scan it if I had my phone with me. Interesting. That's a new thing. I don't see very often. Nobody else has got that on this one. That's going to be the new thing. I'm sure they're eventually going to start doing that, so you can just scan it with your phone and look up all the details on it. In fact, I'm going to take a quick break and go do that. Okay, so I went and grabbed my phone and I just took a picture of the QR code, and it's took me to the Louis Latour website. It took me to the Ardesh Chardonnay, although it's asking me for the year. So it says 2019. I'm going to put in 18, and then it's going to give me all the information. Here it is. That's fantastic. So if you're at a liquor store. Hopefully all bottles will start to do this. I see it from time to time. I don't see it very often yet, but this is great. So I can tell you, without having to look this up on the internet or anything special, other than just scanning the GR code, the average vine age is 25 years, soil, clay, and limestone. The average yield 45 HL-HA by hectares. Fermented traditional in stainless steel vats, temperature controlled with a complete malolactic fermentation. Stainless steel though, and 8 to 10 month aging in stainless steel vats, so it sees no new French oak. Definitely explains, oak is expensive. Oak barrels are very expensive, so that's another reason this would be a cheaper wine. But it definitely has some oaky characteristics. That's from the malolactic fermentation, undoubtedly. A little bit of Like it's citrus up front. There's a little bit of toasted bread, like brioche. Red apple. It's not. It's a medium minus, maybe medium intensity of aromas. But it smells good. Let's see. Let's see what it tastes like. Okay, that's not bad. Alcohol seems really high. 13%. It's hot. Like there's what I taste most, I think, is alcohol. But not like a big, huge, high alcohol California Cab or something like that. It's more subtle than that, but yeah, it's alcohol-y. Some peach nectarine. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, okay, so it is fine. It's probably gonna pair well. There's a little bit of citrus undertones as well. Probably pair well with like a not too overwhelmingly citrus dish. Something along the lines of like mussels in a white wine sauce, that kind of thing. So yeah, okay, again, $19.29 at a liquor store before tax, so $22 for a well-known French Chardonnay. You get what you pay for. It's drinkable. It's not bad. You might, if you're not a big fan of oaky Chardonnay, this isn't Chablis or anything like that. It's obviously, but it's seasonal oak, stainless steel. So you might enjoy this if that's your style of Chardonnay. It's perfectly quaffable, but far from transcendent. So yeah, it's not bad. We're gonna drink it today, and we'll see if the wife likes it or not. If not, this is still her birthday week. Her birthday was yesterday, so she's not gonna be drinking average wine. We'll see what she thinks of this. Okay, I'm gonna get my Corvan out, and we're gonna Corvan the reds, and we'll see how those are like. Okay, we're back. I've Corvan the two reds. Let's see what we've got here. We're gonna start off. I'm gonna go this way. I don't know which of these is gonna be bigger and bolder. I think I'm gonna start with Chile. This is the 2016 Cabernet Sauvignon from Montes. Montes Alpha line, which is one of their lower end lines. If you guys are familiar with Montes at all, well, if you've ever had Purple Angel, which is one of my favorite Carboneers, that's Montes. They're a very well-regarded winery in Chile, and they export a lot of stuff to Canada. We can see you could find Montes a lot of the places. As I mentioned before, the Montes Alpha Syrah is quite good for the price. This one was $25.59, so with taxes I think it was $28 and change. So it meets the 30. And as I said, I probably tasted this before, and I'm guessing I didn't love it enough to buy it. Let's see. So this is from, I'm trying to remember, the Colhaga Valley, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Colhaga Valley, I think that's right. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is very high elevation. The Colhaga Valley, probably not high elevation, valley, low. Okay, so that's really a medium plus to high intensity aromas here. Black fruit, there's some cedar there. Definitely some pyrazines. So there's some evidence of oak, but it's not really intense. A dark chocolate cigar box. It's quite a nice nose. There's a little bit of vanilla there. The oak, I'm sure. I don't know for a fact how much oak it sees, but I'm guessing there's some. 12 months in French oak barrels, yes. So, obviously not new oak, I'm sure. That's one of the things, we've talked about this before, one of the things that can influence the price of a wine. How much oak does it see, and are they new barrels? The reason Opus 1's $700 a bottle, because we've been to the Opus 1 barrel room, and it smells like it. I'm sure most of you have been to a barrel room, and they all smell delicious, but nothing's like this. But they use new French oak. I want to say 75-80% of the wines aged in new French oak, and they use them. I think they use them 1 year, maybe 2, and then they recycle them. Wow, that's perfectly good. So, back to the oak. The reason I say this is not new French oak, A, it doesn't say new on the back. Usually that's something they would advertise. But B, for $30, how much new oak could they be? As they use the barrels year after year, the oak gets a little calmer, and it's going to impart less flavor. So, tannins are still medium plus, acidity's medium, alcohol's medium plus, medium to medium plus. I wonder what the alcohol is. $14.5, so we need to bust a high for sure. Tobacco, like sweet tobacco leaf, vanilla, chocolate. Blackberry, charred earth, cassis. Yeah, that's not a bad wine at all. So if I have tasted this in the past, I wonder why I didn't buy it. I would buy this for $30. It's I don't know how long you would age this. It's the tannins are still. This has got some legs. It could go a few more years, but it's also drinking quite nice now. Hey, there you go. Want yourself? You want to go get a nice Cab Sauv that you and your friends will enjoy? Still going to pick up for under $30. Yeah. And I just Corvette this. I bet you opened it and decanted it. I bet you it's going to be really nice. I might open that and drink it today. Okay. Let's move on. This is the one that makes me nervous. I really do enjoy California Zinfandel, but I hate cheap California Zinfandel. Now, one of the things about... Well, this is a Louis Martini wine. No shit. I didn't know that. Vinted and bottled by Louis Martini Winery. So, okay, Ghost Pines is obviously a subsidiary label. It doesn't say Martini on the front anywhere. So this is their, I don't know, maybe an entry-level Zin. Louis Martini, I'm sure you guys have all seen Louis Martini wines in the liquor store. They make a perfectly quaffable California cab for $40 from Napa. And they have a Sonoma County cab, which you can usually get for $20, maybe $25, all in, which is really quite good. It's the kind of wine I would have in this tasting, except that I've tried to have wines I haven't had before. So I'll read to you what's on the back here. In 1964, Louis P. Martini, son of Napa pioneer Louis M. Martini, purchased land in the eastern hills of the Napa Valley. And the Martini family developed this land into a vineyard, which they named Ghost Pines as a tribute to the native gray pines, which at dusk appear to hover solitary and ghost-like throughout the coastal valleys. Okay. Ghost Pines Zinfandel draws from multiple wine-growing counties to create a wine as unique as the Ghost Pines itself. Now on the front here it actually says 72% San Joaquin County, 28% Sonoma County. Winemaker's Blend Ghost Pine Zinfandel. And it was $25.19, 40 cents less than this, so about $28, something like that. And I love California Zin when it's good, and I really dislike California Zin when it's bad. California Zin is generally jammy, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. That word scares people, and I understand why, because a cheap, lousy Napa Zinfandel is cloyingly jammy and usually sweet and very unpleasant. But some of the best California Zinfandels, so they still have a jammy quality, cooked fruit quality, but they're not offensively so. Trying to draw something out here. Ooh, it's like a little bit of dried raisin there, like a stewed, a little bit of stewed black fruit, raisins. Like fresh white plums, wild strawberries, strawberry jam maybe. So the nose, some jamminess, sure, but from the nose I would say this is going to be a nice pleasant surprise because it doesn't smell intensely jammy or sweet or overdone or any of those things. Let's see if it tastes as good as it smells. What year did I say this is? 2017. Okay. Wow. Yeah. That's not bad at all. Like fresh vanilla bean, strawberry jam, blueberry, boysenberry, hint of earthiness, tannins are medium, acidity's medium, alcohol's medium plus to high, 14.5% again, so consistently here. Tannins are the alcohol's there, but it's not. I don't taste the alcohol. It's not. It actually tastes less alcoholic than the Chardonnay, which, of course, the alcohol on this one's higher. That's a good wine. I don't mind that at all. I don't know anything about this one. I've never heard of it before. But yeah, I don't know anything about their winemaking. I wonder if it says anything or how they. I don't know if it doesn't seem to indicate much about the winemaking. So now we need the QR code. Hopefully all wineries will start doing that. So yeah, I like that. Okay, so we're 2 for 3 here. The Chardonnay is perfectly decent. If you want to, you want to impress your friends with a French Chardonnay, an unoaked French Chardonnay, you don't want to spend $150 on Chablis. It won't remind anybody of Chablis, but it's for the money. It's okay. I'm not going to recommend that one, but it's interesting, and I'm sure you've probably never had wine from the Ardèche region, and I bet your friends haven't either. I would recommend these two. The Zin's my favorite. None of these are going to actually blow anybody away, but that's a perfectly good Zin, and it sidesteps all the problems with inexpensive California Zin. It's not in your face jam. It's not overly sweet. It's not sweet at all. Some, again, the vanilla bean in the mocha indicates that they're definitely seeing some oak, but I don't think it's again over oaked. So nice. I would go with that one for sure if you're going to pick out these three. But also this this Chilean Cabernet Sauvignon is quite quaffable. Better than that. It's good. That's quaffable. This is good. That's quite good. So there we go. So yeah, I bought all three of these bottles for about $56. And that's $103 with taxes, but I also bought a bottle of Marsala. So if I took that one out, these three would have been, not $60 of course, like, I'm going to say, I'm trying to do the math in my head here, but 88 bucks, $87, $88 for all three of these. And I'm quite happy with 2 of the 3, and this one's going to be, this is perfectly decent that I'm going to put it in a marinate some pork in that, I think. So there we go. So that's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. That helps the channel out an awful lot. Coming up, I have the 11th episode of BC versus the World. When I originally made a list of wines that I had that I thought would be good comparisons, I had 12. And at some point, my wife actually would open one of those as a blind tasting bottle, which is fine. How would she know? She wouldn't know. So I had it with 11. So I'm gonna. It's 5-5 now, as you know. I'm gonna make it best of 11, and we're gonna end that series with the next one. And then I will restart it again. I'll put some more lists together. So I'm not gonna end it completely. But this will be like the first 11 game series. We'll do that next. And I hope to have some other blind tastings for you coming up and some other exciting stuff. So don't forget to subscribe and stick around. We'll get some videos coming up again soon. So until next time, drink great wine and have a good day. Thanks, guys.